Welcome back to Crypto Chatter. I'm Elliot Carter.
And I'm Mira Bennett.
Today we're going to be diving into something pretty big, Tesla and their Bitcoin stash.
Yeah, it's making some serious waves in their financial reports.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got this really interesting article from cryptosnews.com. It's called Tesla's Bitcoin Revaluation Boosts Q4 Report, a $600 million gain with new accounting standards.
600 million.
Yeah, big money. It's kind of crazy to think about.
This isn't just about Tesla, though, is it? This has implications for how the entire financial world views Bitcoin and digital assets.
You're absolutely right. This could be a game changer. So let's break this down a bit. The article mentions this huge gain for Tesla in Q4 2024, all thanks to some new accounting standards.
Right. The Financial Accounting Standards Board, or FASB, they updated their guidelines back in December 2023.
Okay, so what's changed?
Well, now companies can actually value their digital assets, like Bitcoin, at the current market price each quarter.
So before they were only reporting losses.
Exactly. They were only showing the downside.
But now with this new standard, it reflects the real-time value changes.
It's a much more dynamic and transparent way of doing things. It's actually similar to how stocks are reported.
It makes a lot of sense. And you know what's interesting? Tesla adopted these new standards early.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time. They saw the potential and jumped right on board.
It really shows their commitment to Bitcoin, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and it paid off big time. This move landed them that $600 million boost to their Q4 report.
Wow, so you think other companies are watching this closely? Ready to follow suit?
Oh, I'm sure they are. Especially when you see the size of Tesla's Bitcoin holdings.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
According to Arkham Intelligence, Tesla is holding a whopping 11,509 Bitcoin.
11,000. That's insane. What's that in dollars?
As of today, that's about $1.19 billion. So yeah, they're all in.
$1 billion in Bitcoin. Tesla, a car manufacturer, is sitting on $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. I mean, come on. It really highlights how mainstream this is becoming.
It's a huge shift in the financial landscape. You can't just dismiss Bitcoin as some fringe internet currency anymore.
Absolutely. This is the real deal, and these new accounting standards are bringing it into the spotlight. But how does this impact Tesla's overall Q4 performance?
Well, their profit for Q4 2024 came in at $2.3 billion.
Okay.
Which on the surface might seem impressive, but it's actually a pretty significant decrease from the $7.9 billion they reported in Q4 2023.
Wow, that's a pretty big drop. Should Tesla investors be worried?
Hold on, not so fast. We need to look at the bigger picture here. Remember last year in 2023, they had that one-time tax benefit of $5.9 billion.
Right. That was a huge windfall for them.
Exactly, and that's not a factor this year. So the decrease isn't quite as dramatic as it seems.
Okay, that makes sense.
Damn.
And their revenue.
Good news there. Their revenue actually increased this quarter to $25.7 billion, a 2% jump from last year's $25.2 billion.
So even with the profit dip, they're still growing.
Right, but there's one thing. The article mentioned they missed earnings per share expectations.
Oh yeah, Wall Street's always watching those numbers.
Analysts were predicting 78 cents per share, but Tesla came in at 73 cents.
Not a huge miss, but still, it probably raised some eyebrows.
Definitely. But for our listeners who might not be familiar with all the stock market jargon, can you explain what earnings per share actually means?
Yeah, good point. So earnings per share, or EPS, it basically measures a company's profitability. It tells you how much profit they make for each share of stock.
Right. So when a company misses EPS expectations, it means they're not making as much profit as analysts thought they would.
So Tesla missed expectations. Their overall profit is down from last year. You'd think investors would be panicking.
Well, here's where it gets interesting. Despite all of this, Tesla's share price actually went up 4.3% in after-hours trading, hitting 406.25.
Well, the stock went up, even with a profit drop and missing expectations. That doesn't seem logical.
It's a really clear sign that the market is responding positively to Tesla's Bitcoin revaluation. Investors are looking beyond the traditional metrics, and they see the potential here.
So they're embracing the future of finance.
Exactly. And let's not forget, Tesla isn't just dipping their toes in the crypto pool. They're the 6th largest corporate Bitcoin holder in the world.
6th. Wow. They're in the big leagues now. That sends a powerful message to the rest of the world.
This isn't just some fad. Bitcoin is becoming a serious asset class. And if Tesla, a company known for its innovation, is making this kind of commitment, it's bound to have a ripple effect.
I can't wait to see how this all unfolds.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a quick pause and hear from our sponsor.
Great idea. And for those of you who want to explore the world of crypto even further, be sure to visit us at cryptochatter.co.uk.
We'll be right back with more crypto chatter.
Welcome back to Crypto Chatter. Before the break, we were talking about how the market is reacting to Tesla's Bitcoin holdings.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Their stock's going up even though their profits are down.
Investors are definitely seeing something here. They're looking past those traditional metrics.
It's like they're betting on the future of finance.
Exactly. And Tesla being the sixth largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, that puts them in a pretty powerful position.
For sure. What if they decide to buy even more Bitcoin? I mean, could that trigger a chain reaction?
Oh, absolutely. Other companies might see that and think, hey, maybe we should get in on this too.
It's like a game of financial dominoes.
Exactly. And think about what that would do to the price of Bitcoin.
Could skyrocket.
Potentially. But let's not forget, Bitcoin is still super volatile.
Right. It's a risky investment.
Definitely. Any company that invests in Bitcoin needs to have a solid plan and be ready for some ups and downs.
Speaking of other companies, are there any other big players making moves with Bitcoin?
Oh, yeah, definitely. MicroStrategy is a great example. They've gone all in on Bitcoin even more so than Tesla.
Really?
Yeah, their CEO, Michael Saylor, he's a huge Bitcoin bull.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Exactly. And then you've got companies like Coinbase that are directly involved in the crypto ecosystem. They're going to be impacted by these new accounting standards as well.
It's interesting to see how different companies are approaching this whole thing. Some are diving in head first, others are taking a more cautious approach.
It'll be fascinating to watch how it all plays out over the next few years. But let's bring it back to Tesla for a minute.
Okay, so what does all of this mean for their future? How will their Bitcoin holdings affect their performance and stock price going forward?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's hard to predict anything with certainty, but one thing's for sure, their Bitcoin investment is a major factor in their financial reporting now.
So basically, their profits, even their stock price, could be influenced by the ups and downs of the crypto market.
Yeah, potentially. But remember, volatility can also create opportunities. It all depends on how Tesla manages their Bitcoin strategy.
It's a bold move, holding so much Bitcoin. But Tesla has always been a company that embraces risk and innovation.
That's what makes them so interesting. They're at the forefront of both the automotive and crypto revolutions.
It's like they're operating in two different worlds that are colliding.
And with these new accounting standards, those worlds are merging on the balance sheet.
It's a huge development.
Yeah.
And it raises questions about how other industries are going to adapt.
Will we see more companies adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets? How will regulators respond to this increasing integration of crypto into traditional finance?
Those are some big questions that we'll be exploring in the future. But for now, let's pause for a quick message from our sponsors.
And don't forget to visit us at cryptochatter.co.uk for the latest news analysis and insights on all things crypto.
Welcome back to Crypto Chatter. It's been a wild ride talking about Tesla and their Bitcoin adventure.
Yeah, who would have thought a car company would be making such a splash in the crypto world?
It's like they're driving full speed into the future of finance.
With Bitcoin as their fuel.
Exactly. And remember how their stock actually went up even after missing earnings expectations?
Yeah, that was a real head-scratcher for some people.
But it just shows you how investors are viewing this whole thing. They see the potential of digital assets.
They're not just looking at the short-term numbers, they're thinking long-term.
And Tesla, they've always been a company that pushes the boundaries. They're not afraid to be different.
Remember when they were one of the first big companies to accept Bitcoin as payment?
Yeah, that was a huge deal at the time.
It was a bold move, even though they ended up backtracking on that decision.
Right. But their commitment to Bitcoin seems stronger than ever.
Especially those recent financial disclosures.
It's clear they're serious about this.
Yeah.
But this isn't just about Tesla, is it? This is about the whole financial landscape changing.
This FASB update, it's a game changer.
For sure. It's forcing companies to be more transparent about their crypto holdings.
And it's making investors pay attention.
So the question is, how are other industries going to adapt to this new reality?
Are we going to see a wave of companies adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets?
What about the regulators? How are they going to respond to this growing integration of crypto into the traditional financial system?
It's a really exciting time to be watching all of this unfold.
We're at a crossroads, and it's going to be fascinating to see which path we take.
And that's why we're here at Crypto Chatter, to help you make sense of it all.
We're passionate about bringing you the latest news, analysis, and insights to empower you to make informed decisions about crypto.
So if you want to learn more, be sure to visit our website, cryptochatter.co.uk.
We've got tons of resources there, articles, podcasts, educational materials, all designed to help you stay ahead of the curve in the world of cryptocurrency.
It's been an amazing journey today, dissecting Tesla's Bitcoin strategy and exploring the ripple effects of these new accounting standards.
We've covered a lot of ground, but this is just the beginning. The world of crypto is constantly evolving.
And we're excited to continue this exploration with you.
So thank you for joining us on this episode of Crypto Chatter.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the fascinating world of digital assets.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep on chatting crypto.